Hi, my name is Jennifer, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to divide fractions. So grab a pencil and some paper and work through these examples with me. Let's take a look at this first example. We have the fraction 7/8 divided by 3/8. Now in math, when we divide fractions, we're actually not dividing at all. We're going to transform this problem into a multiplication problem. And here's how we're going to do that. We're going to keep this first fraction, 7/8, the way it is. Next, instead of a division sign, we're going to change that sign to a multiplication sign. Now, to still represent that we are dividing, we need to multiply by the reciprocal of the second fraction. The reciprocal basically just means the second fraction will be flipped over. So what was in the denominator will be in the numerator, and what was in the numerator will now be in the denominator. So now we have the multiplication problem, 7/8 times 8/3. Now we're ready to multiply. But on this problem, before we multiply, let's simplify. We have an 8 in the numerator and we have an 8 in the denominator. Now, even though these 8s are in different fractions, as long as one is in the numerator and one is in the denominator, either denominator, we can go ahead and simplify these. 8 divided by 8 is 1, and 8 divided by 8 is also 1. Now we can multiply straight across, and the multiplication will be easier because now we're working with smaller numbers. We have 7 times 1 is 7, and 1 times 3 is 3. So for this problem, you can leave your answer as 7/3, or if you're asked to find a mixed fraction, we can do 7 divided by 3 goes in there 2 whole times with 1/3 remaining. So either answer, 7/3 or 2 1/3 is the correct answer. Let's work another example. We have the fraction 5/16 divided by 25/8. Now remember, we're not really going to divide these two fractions. We're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So let's go ahead and change this division problem into a multiplication problem. We'll keep the first fraction the same. We'll change the division sign to a multiplication. And we'll change the second fraction. We'll take the reciprocal of that, or we'll flip the fraction. What was in the numerator is in the denominator, and then what was in the denominator is in the numerator. Next, before we multiply straight across, let's go ahead and reduce this problem because 16 times 25 is a pretty big number if you're not working with a calculator. So to simplify this, you can take either number in the numerator and simplify it or reduce with any number in the denominator, as long as one is in the numerator and one is in the denominator. So let's take our 5 and 25. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 25 divided by 5 is 5. Also take a look at 8 and 16. 8 divided by 8 is 1. And 16 divided by 8 is 2. So before we multiply, let me just rewrite what we have left. We have 1 over 2 times 1 over 5. When we multiply the numerator to numerator, denominator times denominator, we get the answer 1/10. Okay, let's look at one more problem. We have the whole number, -6, divided by 1/3. Even though this is whole number, we're divided by a fraction, we're still going to multiply by the reciprocal. We're going to take our whole number of -6, and we're going to keep it the same. And we actually, if it helps, we can add a denominator to it by saying just -6 over 1. Next, we'll take that division sign change it to a multiplication sign, and we'll do the reciprocal of 1/3, which is 3/1. Next, notice there's nothing in the numerator that could cancel with either of the denominators, so we're just left to multiply straight across. -6 times 3 is -18. 1 times 1 is 1. So you could leave this answer as -18/1, or could just simply be -18. If you have any questions about this topic, please contact your professor or stop by the Math Tutoring Lab or watch this video again.